There was a little boy named Arjun who grew up on the crowded streets of Lucknow, India. His earliest memories were not of toys or bedtime stories, but of stretching out his tiny hands, begging for a few coins near the railway station. His father had passed away when he was very young, and his mother, a housemaid, could barely earn enough to provide even a single meal a day. Most days Arjun wandered barefoot, wearing torn clothes, hungry and hopeless. The world looked down upon him, labeling him only as the beggar boy. Every morning, while other children carried school bags, Arjun carried an empty tin bowl. He would sit outside the school gates watching students in neat uniforms, laughing and running inside. He used to whisper to himself, "If only I could sit inside, even for one day." But life never gave him that chance. One afternoon, as he sat in the scorching sun, a kind school teacher noticed him. She bought him food and asked, "Why don't you study instead of begging?" Arjun's eyes filled with tears as he replied, "Madam, who will teach a beggar?" That sentence shook the teacher's heart. She gave him an old notebook and a pencil, saying, "Start with this. Education is not just for the rich, it's for anyone who dares to learn." That small act of kindness changed everything. Arjun began teaching himself under a street lamp every night. He copied letters from shopboards, practiced numbers on walls, and asked strangers to read newspapers aloud so he could follow along. While others mocked him, he ignored the noise and focused only on learning. Slowly, he mastered reading, then writing, and eventually basic subjects. Years passed and his determination grew stronger. Arjun took small jobs, washing dishes, cleaning stalls, just to afford second-hand books. Often he would sleep hungry, but he never stopped studying. Finally, his hard work paid off when he earned a scholarship from a local trust that supported underprivileged children. For the first time in his life, Arjun entered a real classroom. He was older than the other students, but he studied with unmatched passion. Teachers noticed his hunger for knowledge and guided him closely. Arjun would often spend nights awake, revising lessons by candlelight. Despite the struggles, he topped his exams year after year. His dream was no longer just to study. It was to ensure that no child would ever be denied education because of poverty. After completing his higher studies, Arjun pursued a degree in education. He wanted to become a teacher, to give back what he had received. Soon he started teaching in small community schools where children from slums and villages came barefoot, just like he once had. He taught them with love, patience, and the belief that every child had potential. But Arjun's journey didn't stop there. With time, he worked tirelessly, saving money and gaining experience. Eventually, with the help of donors and his sheer determination, he established his own school. It was built in the very neighborhood where he once begged for coins. This time, however, children did not beg outside, they studied inside. The school quickly grew under his leadership. Parents trusted him because he understood the pain of poverty firsthand. He made education free for orphans and very affordable for poor families. Slowly, the once beggar boy became known as Principal Arjun, a respected figure who transformed countless lives. One day, as he stood at the podium during the school's annual function, he looked at the sea of children, in uniforms and smiling and full of hope. He remembered the little boy who once sat outside these very gates whispering, "If only I could study." Now, he was not only studying, but he was leading a school. His voice trembled as he told the audience, "Once, I was a child begging. On these streets, people gave me coins, but one teacher gave me something greater, a chance. Education is the greatest gift, and I have made it my mission to pass it on. No child should ever beg for a book the way I begged for food." The audience stood in applause. Tears rolled down the cheeks of many parents, and children looked at their principal with awe. Arjun's journey was proof that poverty cannot chain a determined spirit. He went from being invisible on the streets to becoming the guiding light of hundreds of children. His story continues to inspire, reminding us that no dream is too big and no beginning is too small. If you like our videos, please like and subscribe our channel. Thank you.